I'm going to show you how to make a moss stitch square worked center out, turned after every round, turned over, flipped after every round, and joined in the corner. The advantage of this is that it makes a very nice square. All the sides are exactly even and the corners are 90 degrees without having to do any blocking whatsoever. This is the corner that was joined, and you can just barely see it. There's no seam up the middle of the side that's obvious. The corner join is less obvious than seaming up the side. And of course, on a solid color square, a single color square, it's going to be less obvious anyway. Now, I do have a pattern for a moss stitch square using two colors, which is what this one is. And the join is done by using a method that I created called the helix corner join. This is the joined corner on the two color square. I'll put a link in the description box that shows how you can find that written pattern. But for this single color square, I don't think I'm going to make a written pattern since it's so easy to just show you with a video. Okay, so I start with a slip knot, actually a magic circle, chain one. Round one is the chain one, which doesn't count, a single crochet, chain two, 3 times, single crochet, chain two, that's 2 times, single crochet, chain two, that's 3 times, and for the last side of the square we will do a single crochet, and ordinarily it would be chain two. However, we're joining in this corner, and so we're going to do only a chain one, and the next stitch is the joining stitch, and it's a little bit different than you might expect. So instead of chain two, I've done chain one, and I'm going to do a single crochet in the first single crochet of the round. The single crochet is my joining stitch. Whoops. I want it to be under both loops of the first stitch of the round, which is the single crochet. So instead of a slip stitch into that corner, I'm doing a single crochet into that corner, and the reason for that is I want the working yarn to come out in the middle between the two stitches of the corner so that I can turn it. Alright, so I do the single crochet, then I chain one, then I'm going to remove my hook for just a moment, and I'm going to use a stitch marker, and it's important to use this stitch marker on every round so that you don't stitch into the wrong place. Now I have I have made a corner by using the chain one and the single crochet, and this right here is where I want my stitch marker to go, is basically under that chain one. Okay, so the stitch marker is under the chain one, the single crochet is over here joining. Alright, now I'll put my hook back in, and I've made my chain one, so I'm going to turn the work over. Now to start the next round, I move that little stitch marker over to the right. Of course, if you're a left-handed crocheter, it would be the other way around. And I make my first stitch in that same corner that was just created. So it's a single crochet and then chain one, skip one. So what I've done is I've made the last half of the first corner by just putting a single crochet in there, and the chain one doesn't count. So we've done a single crochet, chain one, skip one. Now we go over to the next corner, and on round two the corners are the same. single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, and then because it's the moss stitch, we chain 1 and we skip 1, and we go to the next corner, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, okay, so we've done the first half of the first corner and the other 3 corners completely. We've done the chain 1, skip 1. Now we're ready to finish the first corner by putting another single crochet in that same marked space. So now we have 2 single crochet stitches into that space. And now we do a chain 1, and then to join the corner we're going to do a single crochet into the first single crochet of the round. So there's our single crochet that joins the work. And what we do now is chain 1, and I'm going to mark this corner before I move on. So I remove the stitch marker and move it up, and where I want it to be is in this chain 1 space right here. So the corner on this one is actually a chain 1 and a single crochet. Can you see where that corner is? Alright, we'll put our hook back in. I've made my chain 1, so I just turn the work, move the stitch marker over, put my first single crochet in that same marked space, chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, okay. Now this is the end of round 3. The last stitch of the side was a single crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 1, skip 1, and we are putting the last stitch in the first corner, which is also the last corner. So it's a single crochet, and then instead of chain 2 it's a chain 1, and we join with a single crochet in the first single crochet that we made. Okay, and then chain 1 to get ready for the next round. Take out the stitch marker and put it back in this chain 1 space right here, because the corner is technically a chain 1 single crochet. So this side of the join is rather bulky, but as you can see, it all evens itself out, and it's hard to see the bulk. Thank you for watching.